Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We've got a bit of a treat for you today. We've got 3 replays featuring the same Arty and the same player. This one is located on the south spawn of Erlenberg, and it's under the command of randyxx777 of the War Clan. Game on! Well, you can see there's another GWE900 on the team as well. It's the Tier 10 German SPG. It's based on the E900 hull, but it's a fake Arty because, of course, they never actually made any artillery piece based on the E900. In fact, they only made one hull, and it was going to be a heavy tank. But you can see he's actually setting himself up right next door to the river, and he's got a target in mind already. Yes, an Oh, it's a T62A. Oh, that was close. I should almost say that is Klaus, but yes, that was very close actually. He got stun assist off that one because the shell landed close enough to actually stun him, but didn't actually do any damage, but his teammate did. Now, Randy has been very, very busy with this Arty. In fact, not just this Arty, with other ones as well. And I really should be saying this to more often to people, but I don't say it enough, really. Is to point out that I can only do so many replays at any one time for the people who send them in. So if you do have to wait a while, if your replay doesn't turn up that quickly, there's probably a reason that I'm getting so many replays, it's difficult to get them all done. In fact, that's why I must ask for your patience. If you send in a replay and you don't see it for a month or so, then there's probably a good reason why it hasn't turned up. Well, you can see from this position, I'm afraid he's getting a red line on that building. It's just far too tall, and he can't get a shot on target. So, oh, no, don't do that. Don't look away. He did get stunned on the IS-7, so he stunned the guy, but he looked away after he shot, and that's a big no-no in our book, because if you keep looking away, we won't do your replays. It's simple as that. The people who come to watch these replays actually want to see the damage being done against the enemy tank. And if they don't get to see it, they won't watch the video. And if they don't watch the video, there's no point in me making it. So that's why you have to show it. Rounds out. Well, that's interesting there, because he did get some stun assist off the T57 Heavy, as well as 76 hit points. But it looks like the second shot that went in from our fellow Arty did hit somebody who was right next to the T57 Heavy at that moment. And I think we can see several tanks that were near him. An IS-7, and there's another T62A, so they were all in the same vicinity. That was a direct hit on the IS-7 as well. I mean, the enemy is pushing really hard to get into our territory, but at what cost? We've lost, we're 2 tanks down at the moment, but the enemy are losing huge amounts of hit points. And although they've got more hit points than we've got at the moment, that could soon change. Rounds out. Direct hit on the T62, and there's a kill. He actually killed the T57 Heavy. So now the number of tanks on either side is equal, and the enemy pushed their way in, but they've been completely, well, virtually completely. They've only got 1 tank left near our cap area, and that's the T62A. We're going for the Jaeger. Rounds out. Direct hit. The guy's stuck in the water at the moment. I'm not sure he's too bothered about that, because he can stay alive in that area. Now, there is another group of enemy tanks on the east side of the map who've managed to make it all the way down to the south, but I don't think they can get near the cap. Not only are there a large number of tanks on the west side of the river, our guys can actually move over the river if they need to attack them. STP-1 up near the windmill. Rounds out. that was very close to the aim point. He probably did do some damage. Well, we can see our fellow GWE900 has also decided to come over this side, and with good reason. As far as we can make out, there's only the STB-1s inside the castle grounds, and there's another STB-1 over on the east side of the map as well. We're looking at the GW? It's the Jaegeru. Rounds out. Oh, hit the building. Yeah, those buildings do get in the way. And I think the Jaegeru, oh, he's just been completely wiped out. They robbed right over the top of him. Centurion Action 10 took him out. Now, STB-1. Relatively thin armor. Standard reload for this Arty, 37.39 seconds. And you can see Randy's got 28.65 and or is that 8.5? Oh, he got a fire and he's blown him up. So that's an arsonist medal for this game alone. That's his second kill of the game. And now our team is streaming up the other side of the map, and it looks like the enemy are going to be playing on the back foot because all of a sudden their Arty's been discovered, their GWE900. We fire snap. Oh, but it's good. 99 hit points. And he's only got 3 hit points left. He's gone. And now the enemy that's on the east side of the map are kind of trapped because they can't get back to their own cap. They're blocked. We're 4 up on the enemy. Okay, there's the only other Arty. He's gone. The Striv is up near the windmill. There might be another one in this corner here. There's only 3 enemies left, and one of them just went into our cap, and we've been spotted. Oh, and I think we're about to go down to the TVP. Well, he's reloading, but you can see that Randy's loaded, and he's going to have a go. Well, they've had a go, but unfortunately, under these circumstances, you're not going to get a kill. Try and ram them is normally what I would say. Try and ram the enemy instead. You've only got 162 hit points. He's going to try and take that from you, and he did. The other GWE900 on our team is running north, but he's been killed as well. So the TVP's earned himself a Pascucci's medal, but I think he's about to lose the game. And we're following the action, thanks to Randy switching over to somebody else. Go for the ramp. Nice. Nicely done, but he lost his tracks. And he goes down to the Striv, but the Striv is going to go down to the guy who was directly behind him. And that means now the only remaining enemy is the TVP T5051. And he has to get to our cap, or get to his own cap, and reset the clock. If he doesn't, he loses the game by default. Well, our teammates want to kill the guy. They're determined to do it. I think he's on the west side of the map. It was a mistake to try and return to our cap. And that's it. Game's over. It's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats. And that was a first-class tank for Randy XXX777 in the GWE900. He managed to get an arsonist because he set light to one of the STBs on the enemy team and it burned to death. He actually got a penetrating shot with that one as well, to actually penetrate the engine area and actually get the fire. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14 in that one, but no other medals. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the T57 Heavy on the enemy team, who managed to earn 4,919 hit points of damage. Second highest was the Gorilla 15 on our team, 4,147. And the third highest, well, that goes to the Jaegeru on our team with 3,368. We can see Randy did very well, though. He got 3,205 hit points of damage, which is a lot. And if you look at the scores, you can see that he's actually in 4th place when it came to damage, because there was only one player on the enemy team managed to beat him. When it came to kills, we can see the highest number was the Gorilla 15, 4 kills to him. 2 kills went to the Centurion Action, 10 to Randy, to the Jaeger on our team. And on the enemy team, their TVP T5051 got 2 kills when he got the Pascucci's medal. And the GWE 100 on the enemy team got 2. The STB1 and the Striv 103B, but they lost the game overall. And when it came to base XP, we can see it's that Gorilla 15 again with 929. Randy got 2nd highest base XP, 871, and 824 went to the Jaegeru. He fired 12 rounds in the game, good amount to get a good score. 4 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot in the STB. That was the 13 splashes as well. 3,205 hit points of damage, of which 2,955 were up more than 300 meters. The shot on the TVP wasn't fully lined up, actually. I think he could have had that one bang on target. I think the TVP might have been penetrated by that shot, because TVPs don't have much armor. So I think he missed out on an opportunity there. He could have possibly got a kill. 4 hits received, 2 of them penetrated, 2 non-penetrated. And unfortunately, yes, he did go out the game. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, 262 hit points of damage assistance, and 852 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns. Now, he made a loss on a free player count of 36,664 credits, and he also got 1,742 experience points out of that game as well. But it was a good performance. They did win the game in the end, even though he died. And I guess really there was no telling where that TVP would go. Would he actually return to his own cap? I suspect he just thought, yes, I'll get a quick medal and then I'll shoot up the west side of the map where there's no enemy and I can hide over there. But it didn't work out well for him in the end. So that's the end of the first game. Let's have a look at the second one. The second replay is on the south spawn of Prokhorovka. Game on. Well, as you probably know, actually, Prokhorovka is a recreation of the Battle of Kursk, or at least it's one part of the Battle of Kursk, actually. Battle of Kursk actually included many encounters, but it was one of the most famous of all the encounters. Actually involved a huge number of Tiger tanks and literally hundreds of T-34s and KV-1s and the like being following them up. Okay, ready to go. He's decided he's not going to pop behind any cover on the south side of the map. Oh, well, that was a bit quick. He wasn't fully dialed in. Seeing as there's an EBR 105 in the enemy team, it really doesn't matter if he gets into cover, because that EBR is probably going to try and spot him anyway, right at the start of the game. It'll give the enemy a clue as to where he is, though, if he did get spotted. He's threading his way between the trees. I would say that it used to be the favourite spot to actually come to for Arty to actually go to the position he's in right now, behind those bushes. In fact, it's become so popular that some of the enemy tank players have actually worked out how to actually get a shot directly into any enemy Arty if they're using this position. So if you do park yourself here, you ought to change your spot very, very quickly after you shoot, because if you don't, there's a good chance that you're going to get a round coming back at you, even though you haven't been spotted, because they know how to do it now. You see, they know how to put a shell in to hit that particular spot. Well, that one fell well short of the aim point. As you can see, it's right on the edge of the reticule. It's almost like Wargaming is saying, no chance, the RNG is not working for you today. He's holding the aim on there because he knows that those tanks are basically going to stay in that general area for the moment. They're using that spot to actually shoot at our guys up near the center. And yet again, it falls short. Only 17 hit points on the IS-7. It should have landed right between the Centurion Action 10 and the IS-7, and both of them should have been damaged. This Arty will do 900 alpha, 53 millimeters of pen, 11.4 meters on the burst radius, and between 12.5 and 31 seconds of stun. With the aim exactly where it was, he should have actually hit the target bang on. And yet again, it's stun it. Yet again, the shell does not go to the aim point. Oh, I think he's justifiably angry about this. He's not happy. RNG is really not with him today. Well, fires on the IS-7. And this time round, it does land close, but it's not close enough. Well, it seems the enemy's got no desire to hang around. They're actually moving forward, and they're going to try and take the hill. And our guys have retreated. They've just scarpered. Escape and evade, I think, is more what they've done. The enemy team turned up, and they've already gone. And yet again, RNG does not provide him with an accurate shot. Right on the edge of the reticule. You can see that our guys retreated over the railway line and are now, well, some of them badly damaged. But they've given up the hill, which is a major advantage to the enemy team. So at least it's a good thing that that Randy has actually gone over to the west side of the map to start with. He fires snap. Again, it wasn't very accurate, that one. And somebody just fired at the ground nearby him. And I suspect that was somebody from the north or from the enemy side who knew where the Arty normally situate themselves. So he might want to think about finding a new spot. Well, the IS-7 just got tracked. Rounds out. Direct hit this time. No doubt about that. 277. RNG couldn't take that one away from him. He was fully dialed in. The IS-7 was immobilized. He definitely had to hit it. If it hadn't gone anywhere near it, then I would have been worried. I would have been worried that Wargaming had nerfed Arty again. It seems to me that the enemy have only left one Jaeger on the west side of the map, and that most of their forces have come down the railway line, some at the centre and some over the hill. You can see the T-92's trying to do his best. Yeah, we can see those guys the other side of the railway line. This is, I was about to say, there's an easy kill. The Jaeger, we've got Arty firing in our direction. When you hear that rumble noise, that means Arty is aimed in your general direction. It gets louder as you get in close. We did see the up, and he's getting the warning now. And yes, that was very close enough to get stunned. So now he has to keep repositioning after every shot, because if he doesn't, he does stand a chance of getting wiped out. The enemy batch hat's been spotted. I suspect he's on reload though, because he's moving. I also suspect that that second shell was his last shell of his 3. Oh, you did a naughty thing again. You shot and moved away. Now I can understand that you're trying to get out of the way of the enemy Arty, but when you see that that batch hat's moving, then you know that he's actually fired his last shot.
Moving to support your position.
Thanks a lot.
There's the Jaeger. Oh, he's gone. That's good news. And we've got a Centurion Action 10. Now he moves quickly. Oh, didn't give him enough lead there. Now the best thing he could do right now is actually move further up the field, not to stay in the same spot. If the enemy RT has worked out precisely where he is, it would be better for him to be not where he was. Okay. Looking at the railway line, and there is somebody there. It is the Batchat. There he is. He's trying to escape. It's a 4-second delay though for the shell. Instead, he's decided to go for the Leopard, but he fired while he was still fully blown, and the shell's gone nowhere near the aim point. I think he was being a bit hasty there with the Leopard. I can understand sometimes why you would want to be hasty just to get the stun on so that your teammates can then do their damage to the Leopard, but the shell didn't go precisely where he needed it. Now he can get it right. And that Leopard is using the Rex for cover. And it hit the wreck. Well, typical, isn't it, that he aims at the enemy, but it still hits the wreck, regardless of the fact that he aimed slightly further back from the wreck. RNG not with him today. Another Jaegeru. Fully dialed in. Rounds out. Should hit. It does. At least they're 3 up on the enemy at the moment. It seems that their attack fizzled out. Okay, IS-7 trying to get up the hill. I think that was the T-92. Rounds out. Good try. It went over the top of the railway line. Came down the embankment the other side, but only some stun out of it. Okay, line this up. Could be a kill. Rounds out. Yes! It sounded like a direct hit there on the Jaegeru. It's his first kill of the game, though. Now, that IS-7 is going to be a little difficult to take out, but he is a one-shot and a splash kill for that matter. He's marked the spot to tell his teammates, that's where I'm looking. I go for it. Rounds out. Yes, he got him! The odds were in his favour because that guy wasn't likely to move. The IS-7 is a bit slow, sluggish. And so I suspect that he actually was going to take some time. And if he stayed in the vicinity, he was easily going to get taken out. Well, he's trying to get the Batchat. That guy's... he's doing his best to avoid being hit. Rounds out. This could be a kill. It is. He's got another one. 3 kills. Now, the Centurion Action 10 is not a well, he is a one-shot if you get a direct hit. And it would be nice if you could get him, but he's just gone. Taken out by the Manticore, so all we've got left is the 60 TP, and he knows he's a goner. And are we going to get a chance? Rounds out. Here we go. We got the stun, and that's what counts. And yes, he got 1,460 stun off that shot. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another first-class tank for Randy XX777 in the GWE 100. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10, but no other medals, I'm afraid, in that one. RNG was very unkind to him today. Let's have a look at that one, and we can see the highest damage went to the Object 268 on our team, 5,679 hit points. Second highest damage went to the Centurion Action 10 on the enemy team, 3,695. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the T92 HMC on our team with 3,661. So he was obviously very, very busy. You can see Randy got 2,215 hit points of damage, and he was beaten by, let's have a look, 4 members of the enemy team, 4 members of his own team, and that means he's in 9th place when it came to damage. When it came to kills, though, he's actually in 2nd place. The 268 managed 4 kills, he managed 3. 2 kills went to the Batchat 150. Is that the Brask or is it 25? It's the 25. So Van Sank, Ton, Batchat. And also to the 60 TP and the IS-7 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the Manticore came out on top for spotting. 1,268 went to him. 930 went to the T268. And in 3rd place on base XP, that was Randy with 924. He fired 21 rounds in the game, got 4 direct hits on the enemy and 22 splashes. 2,215 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash. That was the Batchat who was firing around. He fired already at the tanks, and he fired the last one at Randy. Didn't quite get it right as well, so he missed out on getting a direct hit. But 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 2,001 hit points, a stun assist of 19 stuns. Most of that right at the last shot on the enemy 60 TP. On a free-to-play account, he actually made a profit of 9,147 credits, and he also got 4,620 experience points. So even though RNG was not quite in his favor, he still managed to come out ahead on a free-to-play account. Let's have a look at his last game. The last game is on the Siegfried Line and we're on the North Spawn. Game on! Well, as you can see, we've got a 261 as our platoon mate or teammate in this game. 261's got the fire rate, but of course it doesn't have the punch that the big Artys do have. Slightly less on alpha, but it's more the accuracy and the reload. That's what really counts. Okay, well, he's going to sit up on the bank. It's a bit dangerous actually being up here. And you can see the 261 driving with his Arty raised. Yes. Okay, this is a good spot. Rounds out. First shot does a bit of splash to the 277. Yet again, I think RNG was being a little unkind there. Looks like the 261 setting up right alongside us, which, as I've often said to other players, it's not a good idea for 2 RTs to be together, mainly because it's so much easier to see 2 tracers rather than 1. And if you do get spotted, then you can expect to attract a lot of fire, because the enemy Arty will know that they've got a good chance of hitting at least one of them if they get it right. Well, we managed to get some damage on the Minotauro, and I think we just saw the tracer coming from one of the enemy Artys. They've got a Batchat 155-58 and a T92. Ideally, we don't want that T92 to fire at us. Rounds out. Good shot. Yep, that's stun 2 at the same time. And we're getting loads of stun assist off that one. Stun assist is really crucial if you're trying to actually get a good mastery. It really does help if you can maximize the amount of damage you do that way. I also just saw one of our own teammates actually abusing another of our teammates on the corner that's facing these guys. I think he was trying to push one of his teammates out, which wasn't good. So I think there might be a bit of a fracas going on there. No, I don't think we've got a shot on the Minotauro just yet. And looking down here, I don't think we've really got much of a shot on the Tiger Mouse either. We might want to change the aim point. And yep, there you go. Well, that 277 has decided to go all in, taken out our Death Star, and got a hit in return for 222. At least the Object 261 in our team has moved away from us a little, and that's actually improved his angle. Now the big worry is that Shure MV7X, because he's moved into our area of the field, and if he gets much closer, we're going to have to try and do something. He's lining up the shot. Rounds out. Good shot! Well, I think he was lucky there, because I think he'd aimed too shallow, but he actually got, it went long, and it did splash the Shure MV7X out of the game. So at least he's got a kill, and he stopped that guy getting closer. But there is another Shure MV7X, and at the moment we're looking downfield to try and see him, but our teammates are just not close enough. We've got two Shure MV7X as well, and they're not doing their job. They're not spotting. In fact, the one up in the northwest corner of the map doesn't appear to be taking part in the battle at all. He's only sitting up there, well away from the action, almost like he doesn't want to take part. And there is the enemy. Okay, so now we know where he is. We can do something about it. Rounds out. Looks good. Splashed him, and we're picking up some more stun assists. Now the enemy, our Shure MV7X just got hit by the enemy Arty. And he's taken a lot of damage. And in fact, he's just gone down to the batch at 155.58. So I think he took 2 rounds from the batch at and it's been wiped out. And that was a direct hit as well on the Wizzy 113 GFT. But we're going to have to move because that Shure MV7X on the enemy team, he managed to work out where our guys were. Took out one of the Shure MV7Xs and the other one's moved out. The Standard B's going to try and find that enemy Shure. He's found him. Now we're looking, we can't get a shot in there. It's just the building's too tall. Wouldn't go in. And he's just got rid of that Shure MV7X, the Standard B. And now he's being targeted by the enemy Arty. And it looks like they're being targeted by the Batchat. Yes, and I think I see where the Batchat is. He's out near the bunker in the field. And that Standard B is definitely under fire from that Batchatillion. The good news is the Standard B is now moving into enemy territory. There's an Object 277 just outside the castle grounds. And at this moment, we're not focusing on him. But he's gone down, so that means now this 277 is probably the next one we need to get rid of. Standard B might find the enemy Arty out in the field though. That will be a priority target if he does spot it. And we've just seen, I think that was the T92 on the enemy team, but that's a good shot as well because that's a direct hit on the Wizzy 113. And the 277's gone down. We're now, this is really turning around. We're 4 up on the enemy. There's still 6 left on their team, but they appear to be in field, not in the field, inside the city bounds. I suspect the only Arty on the enemy team that's not inside the city grounds is the Batchat. Can't get a shot in the Minotauro from that angle, but he has gone. So okay, the Batchat is in field. He's actually moved into within the city grounds. Rounds out in the Cobra. Splash. Oh, lots of stun assist. That was really good. The T92s had to go near to the water, and I think the Batchat's already by the water. Yes, he is. There he is. the standard beast found him, and I think he's about to give him some retribution, and he's gone. And that means there's only one enemy left, and that's the TL7. And there he is. He's in the water. Oh, we fired. Well, it didn't actually get near the target, but the enemy's gone down. And that's a victory. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Randy XX777 of the War Clan in the GWE 100. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And this time round, he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at team score. Well, didn't get the highest damage yet again. That went to a Sharpview Tier 4 on our team with 3,272 hit points. I think that was the one who actually went into the town, and the one that stayed out in the field, he got wiped out. The second highest damage, well, that went to the T95 FE4201 on our team with 2,990, followed by the Cobra on our team, who got 2,955. The highest damage for Randy, that was 1,785. He was beaten by, let's have a look, 4 members of the enemy team, but he was beaten by a lot of members of our own team. In fact, it's 7 members of our own team. So sadly, he's, let's have a look, 4 there, 7 there. He's in 12th place when it comes to damage. Wow. So very low on damage, but loads of stun assist. When it came to kills, we can see that the high score was 3, and that went to the T95 FE4201 and the Sharpview Tier 4. 2 kills went to the Jaeger and the Standard B, and on the enemy team there, Contra Caro was the only one who got more than 1 kill. And in fact, only 5 players on the enemy team managed to get kills at all in that game. When it came to base XP, it was the Cobra who did the best with 1,199, the Sharpview Tier 1,175, and the Standard B 1,035, with Randy getting 929 in 5th place. He fired 11 rounds, got 3 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 14 splash. 1,785 hit points of damage, of which all of which is at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 to the enemy, killed 1, and that gave him the Confederate. 3,379 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns, and that gave him an ace tanker. On a free-to-play account, he actually made a loss on this game of 1,823 in comparison to the other games, which were first classes, and he actually made profits on those ones. It's rather strange that he actually got a loss here, but I think that's down to the fact that credits here actually were earned from actual damage, and he didn't do that much in the way of actual damage. And he also took away 4,645 experience points, but he did get a personal missions payout out of it as well. So nice that he got an ace tanker after previously getting the first classes on Prokhorovka and also the first game on Erlenberg. It seems very peculiar that, of course, first classes on them and getting very poor RNG on the Prokhorovka map, which was absolutely dreadful. Shells weren't going near the aim target at all, but he did get some nice shots on the Siegfried line that did go where he wanted them to go and got some damage from them, even though it was a limited amount of damage. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 games. I'm sorry that Randy had to send in 3 in a row before I actually did a replay for him. No, he actually sent them in fairly recently. But please do be aware, if you send in a replay, although I am capable of putting out some replays on the same day that they actually occurred as videos, I try to get as many done as I can in the shortest period as I can. And if you send in too many all at once, it sometimes can delay when they actually get done, because it's more difficult to do 3 in a row than it is to do a couple and then or just one video on its own. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give these videos a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.